You know something, Barney?
Well, what, sir?
In the 4 years you've been coming up here to cut my hair, I've grown very fond of you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Sands.
You know why?
No, sir.
Well, you give the best haircut in town, but it isn't just that. Do you know what it is?
No, sir.
Because you're quiet.
Thank you, sir.
Every other barber I've ever had talked until I was blue in the face from listening. Politics, always politics. You never talk about politics, Barney.
No, sir.
You're quiet. You never talk about anything. Just snip, snip, snip.
Mr. Sands. As a matter of fact, I did want to talk to you about something today.
Politics?
Oh, no, sir.
What is it?
Well, sir, I know you're the best theatrical agent in New York.
Oh, that's not entirely true, Barney. It's nice of you to say so. Besides, it's practically true.
Well, I know a lot about you, Mr. Sands. By not talking, I get to hear things. I know you're always on the lookout for new talent.
Barney, don't tell me you sing.
Oh, no, sir.
You have a sister who sings.
No, I haven't got a sister.
Wife, mother, brother, mother-in-law?
No, it's nothing like that. It's just that, well, I like to write a little. I've written a play.
Well, that's wonderful, Barney.
Well, maybe it isn't a very good play, but I'd certainly appreciate it if you'd read it and let me have your opinion.
Oh, well, I'd love to read it, Barney, but I'm so busy these days. You know how hard it is for me to find time for you to even cut my hair.
Yes, I know. But it isn't very long. I'm sure you could read it easily while you're having lunch, or just before you go to bed.
Oh, well, I never eat much lunch, Barney, and I'm always so tired when I go to bed.
It would mean an awful lot to me to have you read it, even if you didn't like it.
Oh, well, as a matter of fact, Barney, I very seldom read scripts myself. I usually have Susie do that for me. Her opinion's very sound. She's a very good critic. What do you say I have her read it, and she'll give you a good, honest opinion?
Well, that would be just wonderful, Mr. Sands. I hate to impose. Are you sure she wouldn't mind?
Oh, no. Susie loves to read amateur scripts. I'll call her in. Oh, Susie, dear. Oh, Susie, dear.
Did you hear that? Was that Mr. Sands?
Oh, Susie.
Uh-oh, something's wrong. When he uses that sweet dulcet tone, it can only mean trouble for me.
Susie, come in here.
Did you call me, Mr. Sands?
Only for the past 10 minutes. I have a pleasant surprise for you.
Oh, I love surprises.
Guess who has written the play?
Well, now, don't you tell me. Living or dead? I don't believe I know this game.
Barney here has written a play.
Barney has written a play? Well, isn't that wonderful? Well, keep up the good work, Barney. Maybe you'll make it someday. But don't get your hopes too high. We even have trouble selling plays by playwrights. I think the demand for plays by barbers is practically non-existent.
Mr. Sands said you wouldn't mind reading it and giving me an opinion.
Oh, I wouldn't mind at all. Send it over sometime.
Oh, I have it right here.
Oh. Well, I'm awfully busy right now, Barney.
I told Barney you'd read it, Susie.
Yes, your point comes over very clearly, Mr. Sands.
I'm very grateful, Miss MacNamara. I want to thank you for taking the trouble.
Well, don't thank me. Thank Mr. Sands.
Oh, well, I'm grateful to everybody. Of course, I hope you like it, but if you don't, please tell me the truth. I want you to be as honest and as brutal as you have to be.
Oh, don't worry, Barney. Susie's always as brutal as she has to be.
Yes, and sometimes she has to be. Well, I'll try to give you an honest opinion, Barney.
Thank you, Miss MacNamara. I certainly do appreciate it. And if I can ever cut your hair or anything...
Barney, be careful with that razor.
Is that all, sir?
Yes, that will be all, Susie, dear.
You're sure? I mean, your tailor hasn't written anything.
Miss MacNamara.
Yes, I'll get right to it. Gee, as if I haven't enough to do around here.
What was it, Susie? Something terrible?
Oh, don't ask. Vi, I have a little something for you.
For me? Oh, Susie, you shouldn't have.
Well, honey, it isn't exactly a present. It's a little chore. A very pleasant little chore. Now, in this envelope is a play by a new writer. I want you to read it and give me your opinion on it.
Oh, Susie, I couldn't do that.
Why, of course you can.
Oh, no, I couldn't possibly. I mean, well, I don't know anything about plays, and I never have any opinions about anything.
Well, it's about time that you did. Now, look, dear, I'm not asking you to produce the play or to direct the play. I simply want you to read it and tell me if you like it. Now, if you read a book, you know if you like it, don't you?
No, I never know whether I like it or not.
Oh, but Vi, you can be a critic. It's a wonderfully exhilarating and exciting feeling being a critic. Now, Vi, the time has come for you to be more than a switchboard girl. You want to feel part of this business.
Oh, Susie, please give me something else to do.
Now, don't be afraid. Just take that script out of the envelope and plunge into it. Just dive into it and you'll adore it.
But I can't swim.
Well, it's a very shallow play.
I don't even have a bathing suit.
Be careful what you've got on. You look lovely.
Oh, Susie, I'll drown.
Vi, what are we talking about?
Oh, I don't know. You just made me so nervous.
Oh, well, relax, honey. Now, the best way to relax is to read. Now, you just relax and read this play. Now, come on. Come on. Read it, you love it. Goodbye. Bye.
Boy, what traffic. Took me 40 minutes to get across 50th. What hit you? Susie? Ah, no, you must have misunderstood. Susie wouldn't do anything to hurt you. No, she likes you. Well, she's crazy about you. We all are. You're our Vi.
Scotty, I have something for you to do.
What?
This is a play by a new author. I want you to read it and give me your opinion.
Oh, come on now.
I repeat, I want you to read it and give me your opinion.
Listen, I'm an office boy. I don't read plays. I just transport them.
Scotty, I don't understand you. Here I am trying to give you an opportunity to rise above your station, and you act as though I condemned you to death.
Listen, Vi, I know what's going to happen. If I read one, I'm going to have to read them all. Well, not me. I don't know anything about plays. I don't even go to see them, let alone read them.
I don't have time to argue with you, Scotty. I'm telling you for the last time, I want you to read this and give me your opinion.
It's my opinion that this play stinks.
Scotty, do you like your job here?
I used to.
Do you want me to tell Mr. Sands that you are being insubordinate?
I am not.
You are, too. Insubordinate and insufferable and insufficient.
Well, it's not my job to read scripts.
It's your job to do as you're told. Now, you do as you're told.
Okay. Okay. Our Vi. Gladys?
Huh.
Hi.
Well, if it isn't the wandering minstrel or something.
Well, I meant to call you last night, Gladys, but I got tied up.
Oh, didn't you call? I wasn't aware, because I wasn't at home. My friend, Knuckles O'Rourke, took me to dine and see a divine new play.
Well, that's what I meant to talk to you about, Gladys. You go to the theater quite a lot, don't you? You're always telling me about opening nights and all that.
Oh, you might say I go regularly. What's it to you? Don't tell me you're planning on taking me someplace besides that obnoxious bowling alley. I'll faint.
Before you faint, Gladys, I wish you'd do me a very great favor.
Such as what?
I'd like you to read a play for me and give me your opinion of it.
A play? You wrote a play? I'm hysterical.
Well, I didn't write it.
So what are you interested in it for?
Well, a buddy of mine wrote it, and he wants to know if it's any good or not. So I told him that I'd ask you to read it as a personal favor to me, and let me know what you think.
Well, I don't know.
Sugar? For Scotty?
Well...
Oh, that's my Gladys. Now, you do this for me, and I promise you that on the next bowling night,
Yes?
you don't have to bowl. Buzz me when you get through, baby.
Come in.
I
wondered if I could possibly have a moment of your time, Mr. Tillsbury.
Just about that, Gladys. You know I have to catch a plane.
Yes, sir, but this won't take long. I have a terrible problem.
Yes?
Well, there's someone, well, you might say I'm fond of.
I understand.
And he thinks I'm very glamorous and that I go nightclubbing and theater going a lot. I told him a few little white lies.
You know, I must miss that plane, Gladys.
No, sir. Well, anyway, a friend of his wrote a play, and my friend asked me to read it and give him an opinion.
Yes?
Well, anyway, Mr. Tillsbury, I've only seen 2 plays in my whole life. And I'm afraid if I read this play, I won't be able to give an intelligent opinion. And my friend will find out about my little white lies.
I've got to catch that plane, Gladys.
Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Tillsbury, I know I haven't the right to ask favors just because I'm your secretary, but I was wondering if maybe you wouldn't read this play for me and give me an intelligent opinion.
Well,
Oh, Mr. Tillsbury, would you kindly? I'll never ask another favor as long as I live.
All right, Gladys, I'll read it on the plane.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Tillsbury. Thank you ever so.
Hello there, Tillsbury. How are you? Oh, just off a little business trip. Got a lot of traveling to do in a very few days.
Say, Sands, I'm awfully glad I ran into you.
Oh, yes, what?
I want you to read this play for me and give me your opinion. It's a new author, and, well, I'm thinking of investing in it, and I'd like your opinion of its commercial possibilities.
Oh.
They say it's a sleeper.
Oh, well, I'm always on the lookout for new talent, you know. Does the author have an agent?
As a matter of fact, I don't think he has. There might be something good in it for you.
Well, thank you very much, Tillsbury. I appreciate it.
I'll call you when I get back, and you give me your opinion of it.
Be happy to. Susie, I want you to drop everything and read this play.
Again? Don't tell me your tailor came through.
This is not some joke by a barber. This is by a brilliant new writer, and Harrison Tillsbury is thinking of investing in it.
Oh, really?
Now read it right away and let me know what you think.
Okay. That's good. Oh, that's sad. Oh, that's very funny. Mr. Sands, you were absolutely right. It's wonderful. I think you should read it at once.
Really? Tillsbury says the author doesn't have an agent.
Oh, well, then sign him right away, but I think you should read the script yourself.
I will.
Isn't it heaven?
Beautiful, simply beautiful. It has heart and a delicacy of style you don't find in the theater anymore. It must have been written by a poet.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Who did write it? Where's his name?
Well, I don't know. I thought you knew.
I haven't any idea. Wasn't there a title page?
No, that's exactly the way you gave it to me. No author, no title.
That's impossible. You must have torn it off.
Now, Mr. Sands, that's exactly the way you gave me the script. I remember thinking it was odd when I took it out of the envelope.
What kind of an idiot wouldn't put his name on a script?
Oh, well, you know these poets.
This is terrible. I've got to find that man right away.
But call Mr. Tillsbury, he'll know.
Of course. Why, will you get... Oh, never mind. I forgot Tillsbury left town.
Oh, no.
Oh, look, run down the hall to his office and talk to his secretary. She must know where to reach him.
All right, I'll go right now.
Oh, Miss MacNamara,
Oh,
I was
Barney,
wondering...
excuse me, I'm very busy right now. Besides, Mr. Sands doesn't need a haircut. You gave him one this morning.
No, Miss MacNamara, I came about the play.
Oh,
I was
the
wondering...
play. I haven't had time to read it yet, Barney, but you come back later.
But couldn't
Now, excuse me, I've got to go right now. Gladys, now listen, Gladys, think hard. Now, this is very important. Do you remember anything about a play Mr. Tillsbury received recently? Something he was very interested in.
No, the only play I know about is the one I gave him just before he left. It was written written by a friend of a very dear friend of mine.
No, this is by some sort of poet. Well, where is Mr. Tillsbury?
Well, I'm afraid I really can't give you that information because I don't know myself. He said I would be unable to contact him because he'd be moving around so much, but that he would contact me.
When?
Well, I'm afraid I have no notion whatever. The old Mr. Tillsbury is so vague about things like that. It's unlikely he'll call at all.
Oh, great.
I do wish I could be of assistance, Miss MacNamara.
Well, thanks, Gladys. I'll work something out.
Oh, Miss MacNamara, would you please tell Scotty to call me tonight? He'll know what it's about.
He'll know. Well, I'm not exactly in the dark myself.
No, Joe, you don't understand. There was no name on it. No name at all. Yeah, I tried that. I tried that, too. I've tried everything but the FBI. Yeah, I'll call them and Scotland Yard if I have to. Okay. I'll get back to you later. Yeah.
Mr. Sands, the Dramatists Guild sent me a list of 183 new writers, any one of which might be our man.
Maybe it isn't a man.
Well, there are 33 women on the list.
Excuse me.
Oh, Barney.
I was looking for Miss MacNamara. Oh, you said if I came back later.
Oh, yes, Barney. Excuse me 1 minute. I'll be right back. Vi, have you read that script I gave you this morning?
The script? Oh, hold on for just 1 second, Susie. Scotty, did you read that script I gave you this morning?
Well, no, not yet. You didn't say there was a rush on it. I'll read it tonight in bed. I promise.
Without fail, Scotty. Sorry, Susie. Well, no, I haven't read it yet, but I'll read it in bed tonight for sure.
Without fail, Vi. I'm sorry, that was a call I had to make. Now, Barney, about your play, I promise you that I'll read it tonight without fail, really.
Oh, thank you, Miss MacNamara. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I put so much work into it.
Yes, I know you did, and I promise I'll read it tonight in bed without fail.
Thank you. I hope you like it.
Yes. Well, now...
You really must read his script, Susan.
Well, I will, Mr. Sands, but just now this is more important. Now, the Dramatists Guild have sent us a list of 183 possibilities.
Well, that narrows it down.
Yeah, sort of.
Get them all up here, Susie. See them all. One of them must have written it, and we've got to get our hands on him, or her.
All of them? But that'll take days.
What if it takes years? This kind of writer comes along once in a lifetime.
You're right.
That's the spirit.
I'll see every last one of them.
That's my Susie.
Shall I start now?
We'll win, Susie. You'll see we'll win.
Oh, yes, Miss MacNamara. Yes, yes. As a matter of fact, I wrote a very similar play once.
Well,
it was
I'm
all
sorry,
about...
we're not looking for a similar play. I'm afraid you're not the writer we're looking for.
If I could only send the play over.
Well, I'm sorry.
Well, maybe some other time.
Yes, maybe.
Nice talking to you. Goodbye, Miss MacNamara.
Bye. Yes, Mr. Sands.
Any luck?
No, 177 just left.
And he wasn't the one.
No.
Well, you're not giving up, are you?
No.
Are you all right?
No.
Okay, keep me posted.
Vi. Send in number 178.
Miss MacNamara?
Yes.
Moore's the name, Lawrence Moore.
How do you do? Mr. Moore, we're looking for the author of a play that came into our hands that had no name or title on it. We thought possibly you might have written it.
Oh, possibly. Do you like the play?
Oh, yes, Mr. Sands likes it very much. He's anxious to meet the author.
I see.
Yes. Well, it's a love story about a girl who works in a hamburger stand at the beach, and she's in love with a skin diver.
Yes, I wrote it. Stupid of me not to put my name on it. Well, I'm delighted that you like it so much.
You wrote it?
Oh, yeah, it's mine. I don't know how it got up here, but I wrote it.
Oh, yes. But then, of course, you realize that it needs a rewrite.
Oh, of course. I'm prepared to rewrite.
Uh-huh. Well, do you think the part where the girl's mother marries the boy's father is in rather poor taste?
Oh, yes. I always meant to change that.
Yes. Well, you don't have to bother to change it, Mr. Moore. Because if you were the author, you'd know that the major story point is that the children are orphans.
Oh, yeah, I forgot it.
Out, Mr. Moore. I have enough trouble without phone.
No,
Oh, you tease. Out. $5.179.
Hello, Gladys. How are you?
Oh, Mr. Tillsbury, I'm so glad to see you. You should have called.
I was just too busy. I meant to, but I kept forgetting. Anything happen? Any messages?
Indeed, I should say there are. Mr. Sands called, Miss MacNamara called. Mr. Sands called, Miss MacNamara called. Mr. Sands called, Miss MacNamara called.
That all?
I'm afraid so. Didn't you find him?
No.
Now, don't blame yourself, Susie. Not many people can find a needle in a haystack.
Oh, but I wasn't looking for a needle in a haystack. I was looking for a playwright. Although maybe I was looking for a needle in a haystack. At this point, I wouldn't know.
Hello, Susie. Gladys says you've been trying to get hold of me.
Mr. Tillsbury.
Mr. Needle?
Oh, thanks. Tell him Mr. Sands is here. Tell him
What's all about?
Yes, tell him right away that he's here.
Oh, Mr. Sands, he's here. Quick, quick, he's out here.
Mr. Tillsbury, that play that you gave Mr. Sands, what's the name of it, who wrote it, and where did it come from?
My friend, you have written a remark. Tillsbury. Thank heaven you're back.
But now about the play, Mr. Tillsbury.
The play? What play?
Well, the play you gave Mr. Sands, where did it come from?
Where did I get it? Oh, of course. Gladys.
Gladys?
I simply can't tell you to be betraying the confidence of a very dear friend. I just can't tell you. You see, I told these little white lies.
Now, Gladys, you're not going to get into any trouble.
I can't. You see, I told these little white lies.
Gladys, if you mention your little white lies once more, you're fired.
Now, Mr. Tillsbury, I think we can handle this.
Hi, everybody. Did I say something wrong?
Scotty, you're a friend of Gladys'. Sit down here. Sit down. Sit down. Now, you tell her that she can trust us. We've simply got to find out where she got that script that she gave Mr. Tillsbury.
The play. The play. Oh, Gladys was...
I didn't mean all those little white lies, Gladys. I just can't stand bowling.
I gave her the play.
You?
Well, where did you get it?
You gave the play I told you to read to Gladys?
You gave it to Scotty?
Why, you gave him the play I asked you to read.
Yes, Susie. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it.
Oh, my heavens.
What's the matter?
Quick, to the barber shop. Come here, to the barber shop.
Oh, Miss MacNamara.
Barney, at last we found you.
Barney's play.
Yes. Oh, Barney, throw away your shears and your comb. We've read your play, and we're absolutely mad about it.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
No, we love it. We absolutely love it. We're mad about it.
I know, but I've already thrown away my comb and my shears. When I didn't get an answer from you, I brought my carbon copy to another agent, and he loved it.
He did.
You did?
Yeah, he signed me up right away. He took it to John P. Waterbury, and he's going to produce it next month.
I must say you were in a hurry.
Gee, I'm sorry, but when I didn't hear from you, I thought you didn't want to read it. I just came here now to tell you the good news and tell you not to bother reading the play.
Yes. Well, that was very thoughtful of you.
Well, I guess I suppose I'd better. If you'll excuse me. So long.
Oh, Mr. Sands,
Well, I
it's
never
all my fault, really. I
It is
never
my
should
job
have
to do
given
what I would have done tonight. And sign it, very truly yours, Peter Sands, Esquire.
Yes, boss. Oh, send him in. Your barber.
No, I'm going to miss Barney.
Well, you have to have your hair cut, so make the most of it.
Good morning, Mr. Sands. I'm Marcus, your new barber.
Do you write
Anything at all.
plays,
Novels.
poems,
Prose.
editorials,
Stories.
short stories?
Long stories.
Poems.
Jokes.
Anything at all?
Yeah, anything at all.
They're mad!
Well, we couldn't have a no-talent barber.